Yeah, looks like they back for a fifth season, man.
Who that?
Sports Roundtable.
Who?
SRT Crew.
Whoa.
SRT. They got that realness flowing in their DNA. Damn you lame if you ain't tuned to SRT today. HO got that payload when he say so. What you betting on? Don't get mad at me on fantasy. Break up Kyrie LeBron. I be smooth as sports superhero Hancock in the mix. Deal with roll tide forever. Real talk, you know who he gon' pick. See where I be with SRT behind the glass. That G-Money. They with a strong. I never lose. 6-man elite. That's Jay Smooth.
All you other sports radio shows is fake news. Believe that. Turn up your radios, cause it's time for SRT Radio. Yeah.
What up? It's Sports Roundtable, and we're live from our virtual studios overlooking the digital world. I am your humble host, H.O. from Bankhead, and I got the usual suspects with me tonight as we got a special show. As I said all the time, we are more than just a sports show. So tonight we got two ladies coming on tonight that's going to talk about their walk with breast cancer. Yes. Two breast cancer survivors. Many people can't say that, but yes, we got two ladies who have survived breast cancer. And we'll come on tonight and we'll talk about, we'll educate some folks. We'll share their spirit. We'll share their walk with them, and we're going to give them an opportunity to bask in their success. With that being said, got my main man Monday, 7 to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch him on DNA Sports. He's a hockey guy and a NASCAR guy. Hockey had just started, so you already know what it is. Mr. Asa Brown is in the building.
What's going on, family? How's everybody doing?
All is good. How did you like the opening night of hockey? I just needed to ask that question.
I'll be on. I seen the Panthers, Florida. That is, they took care of business after they dropped the banner and showed off the cup. So it looked like Florida might keep old Lord Stanley. Lord Stanley ain't trying to go back to the homeland. He's trying to stay where it's warm.
All right, so real question for you though, Asa. How many people in the sports world could you ask who won the Stanley Cup last year, and they will give you the correct answer?
The funny thing about this, it don't even matter what your melanin is. I think probably one out of four. One out of four, two out of five, something like that. Yeah. But actually, before you go, it probably in the Atlanta area, it probably get a little bit that number will go up higher because they built the stadium and they got the expansion team going up there in Alpharetta. I think that starts if not this year, it's next year in 27. So in 26. So hockey will be back in the metro area again. So
all right, cool. All right, down at the bottom, he's the man known to do some things to you if you disagree with what his take is. You can catch him on Saturday from 10:30 to, I'm going to say 12:30, but he's going to say till they get tired of talking about stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, he loved red beans and rice from the Big Easy. Coach is in the building. Coach. Coach, glad to have you, man. Glad you up and well and doing your thing, and you have gotten over the USC deal from last week or the week before.
Word is bond on the strength.
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
I thought Coach was going to give us the Shador treatment.
All right, Coach. How many people in your circle would know who won the Stanley Cup last year in hockey?
Are we counting adults, children, women?
All
of them.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1 out of 360.
Okay.
Nobody, huh?
So does that tell you where the state of hockey is in the United States? But we steady want to have a hockey team here in Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta trying to get it back out there in Gwinnett County. For those people living in Georgia, that's Gwinnett, but I call it Gwinnett.
Yeah.
We're trying to get it back out there at the arena of Gwinnett. So good for them. I'll go if they get it back.
What would you, if you're responsible for naming the mascot, what would you name
it? You can't go wrong with the old name Thrasher, so I go back to Thrasher. That was a good name. I go back to that.
You got a name?
Popular. Yeah, it was popular back when they had it here. The brief time they had it here.
Yeah, nothing wrong going back there. You probably gotta. The name should still be available because the team that was here in Atlanta, they wind up going to
was it Calgary?
The Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, okay, Winnipeg.
So
somewhere around there, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Jets. That's where they went to. But the team up there in Gwinnett, coach, that's the minor league team. I think the team that's coming to Alpharetta is supposed to be the professional team.
Man, you can go back to them old head names like Kozlov and Byflug and all them guys that used to play for the Thrashers and went on. Stefan and all them went to play for other teams. Some stayed with the Jets, some are gone to other teams.
See, Coach know. Mm-hmm. Coach be playing. Y'all be thinking Coach don't know. Coach be knowing.
Yeah, my favorite player back in the day used to be Danny Heatley. I remember hearing that name all the time back in the day.
Yeah, Heatley was one. Yeah. Yeah,
Coach is the one. Coach is the one out of the 35. That's Coach is the one out of his 365. Coach
that's pretty much gonna be it. That's pretty much gonna be it.
All right, man. We got a great show for you. We got some hot news. Go ahead, Ace.
Well, I was just gonna say, man. I mean, hockey is a regional sport here in America, but
what you gonna say?
It's just funny though, huh?
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying hockey is a regional sport here in America. But it's just funny that everything around the Atlanta market, the teams are doing well. So like I said, the North Carolina, the Carolina Hurricanes have done well the last couple of years. Both the franchises in Florida have done well. I think they're talking about expansion. So to Atlanta, but I think Tennessee has their team. Nashville has their team. So we just don't talk about it. But I think it is talked about in certain circles.
In the area, right. Speaking of Nashville, baseball is trying to expand. Is Nashville one to bet on to get a Major League Baseball team? We're going Nashville and Las Vegas, or who's going Nashville and I don't know what other city would do it.
I
think Nashville trying to have all the major sports in their market.
Yeah, because they say the real estate in Nashville is really booming, so they're trying to make sure that the price that they're selling the houses for is they're maintained by bringing sports teams in there as well. So I would assume Nashville would be a place for a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a couple of years, but the last time I went to Nashville, man, if I seen 5 cranes, they were 5 more that I didn't see as far as what they were building on the skyline. It was huge. It was a lot going on. So Nashville's the new yellow brick road.
Gotcha. What up, Daz? What up, Carletta? What's going on, everybody? Yep, man, we got some hot news coming up. We got some hot news. Got to talk about this college football recap. And also, this is why the preseason rankings are no good. Please don't pay attention to them. It is proof is in the pudding this past weekend. The NBA preseason has started. LeBron James fooled us and tricked us and got us all gassed up.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do his farewell tour.
Man, so all right, so let me go ahead and give you the question of the day right now so you can think about it, and we'll talk about it after our boy stop. What, and this is going to be in honor of college basketball, which is the pep rallies and all that has started already. So in college basketball, which college basketball team would you love to see a documentary on? Documentary. There you go. Documentary. Which college basketball team would you love to see a documentary on?
The year and everything.
Yeah, just the team. Just not. Just the team. Just the year of the team that, because college they change every year. So yeah, it has to be the team, not just the team. Yeah, not just the school, but the team.
Man, what's that year? I got 2. I got 2 years.
And coach, you're allowed to put your UNC cap on and come with one of those teams as well. I'm sure Tyler Hansborough would be one of the guys that you would one of them years.
You said Tyler Hansborough. You made me go back to 2000. I think it was 2005 or 6. Sometime around that time when I was doing Uber and I was downtown and I had to go to the Ritz, and I picked him up.
Did you get his autograph?
I ain't need his autograph. I'm older than he is. I don't do autographs.
Okay.
We talk about everything. We talk about a lot of stuff, and he was trying to go to Chipotle and get him some to eat. He bought my dinner too, so I was cool with it. We talked about this and that and everything else. I said, yeah, that'd be my favorite player, Psycho T.
Okay, go ahead now, Tyler Hansborough.
I don't deal with that other famous.
Coach. All right, so we got
famous. They had another famous player. What he wore? What uniform? What? 22, 23. I can't remember the name. Go on.
All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and jump into some hot news. And the hot news is sponsored by, you already know, Big Easy Grill, 1193 Collier Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Big Easy Grill, the best Louisiana seafood in town. Take two bites of the shrimp to get rid of one. Big Easy Grill, Atlanta's best kept secret. Yes, sir. Go on over to Big Easy Grill. Let them know the SRT sent you. Make sure you mention SRT and or Sports Roundtable. And you get your 10% off any meals, $25 or more. Big Easy Grill, Atlanta's best kept secret. Yes, sir. Go on over there. You got them crab claws, shrimp, catfish bites, and all. And I gotta mention the red beans and rice. Shrimp, right? Yeah, 2 bites to get rid of 1 shrimp. You already know what it is. 2 bites to get rid of 1 shrimp for sure. Dad say he don't know if he have an answer for that.
I got you covered. I got 2 answers. I got 2 answers for him. I got you covered, Dad.
Yeah, we can make something happen, and I'm gonna take my Duke hack off for this because there's too many documentaries for Duke already, so we don't need to go down.
Oh Lord.
What say Coach? Ooh.
Now someone's on TV.
All right, let's go ahead. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. College football week. What is that? Week number 6 or week 7, whichever week it is. Hey, so go ahead and give me your good, bad, and ugly. What you got?
I'm gonna start with the ugly. Texas.
Yeah.
And Penn State.
Hence the reason why we don't need to pay attention to the preseason poll. They was top 3 in the beginning of the season. They already lost 3 games. I digress, but go ahead.
And then go to Penn State.
Yeah.
Losing the. It wasn't a lot of good. It wasn't a lot of good in this week's scores. It was a lot of bad. I can't say much for Georgia getting back right. I can't say much for I guess I could tip my hat to Vanderbilt giving a good game to Alabama. But if you're an Alabama fan, you're not going to say, well, I'm happy that Vanderbilt tested us. That shouldn't be something that they would want to hang their hat on.
What about
the good would be Miami really showing that they might be a top 5 team. I know they rank number 2 now, but the hands they put on Florida State and that defense seems to be legit.
Okay, I can see that. All right, Coach, what you got for me?
Well, the good seems like Notre Dame seems to have righted the ship and ready to start making a run to get back respect again. They blasted Boise State, who used to be good, but I don't know, they sliding this year. The bad, Ace already said it. Penn State, who got their coach James Franklin looking like the Thanksgiving meal for the Peanuts when they sitting at the table, and Franklin, the black kid, sitting on one side, and everybody else sitting on the other side. That's separating the contenders from the pretender. All the contenders looking at him like, "What you doing here? This for grown folk." And the ugly was the Fort Valley game. I forgot who they played, but the fight during the game, after the game, whenever, that was pitiful.
Well, that brawl.
Yeah, a lot of my friends flooded their timeline going to the Fort Valley homecoming.
That was flat out pitiful. The way they were fighting. I'm like, come on, y'all. You're already behind the 8 ball. And now you get on it. You got out there showing your rear ends by fighting. Come on, man. That didn't look. That's not a good look at all for y'all, either one of your teams. Homecoming. Everybody's supposed to be happy on homecoming, win or lose. But y'all just showed your natural rear ends. So that was ugly.
I agree. My apology. Dad said he do have an answer to the question of the day. So my apology. I thought he said he don't have one, but he said he does have an answer. So we'll hold on to that, Des, until once we get down to it, and then we can go ahead and discuss it. I would say the good is the college playoff is still open. Anybody can win. It is wide open for sure. Billy Napier gets to keep his job for another week as he continues to go through this gauntlet of a schedule. You got Texas A&M this week. This could be the week, and as I said on Coach Show, I think Texas A&M might be the best team in the SEC right now. The bad, of course, Texas and Penn State. I mean they like a toss up in the tie. So Texas and Penn State right there as the bad of the week. Well, you know what? One get a bad and one get an ugly. How about that? The ugly goes to Penn State, the bad goes to Texas.
That's fair enough.
Now, my question is to you now is, no. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep Texas and Texas and who's the Texas and Penn State is the bad. The ugly is how bad Bill Belichick is doing at UNC.
I don't even think it's ugly. I think he's getting exactly what he should get.
Rumor has it now he's looking for an exit out.
Yeah, and Hulu canceled the show they were going to do about it.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah, they thought he was going to go down there and turn some heads. This ain't the NFL now. Yeah, you got to cheat. You got to cheat different in college than you do in pros.
That part. I think the longer he stays, some people say is his legacy being tarnished. And I think by every loss he gets, my answer to that is yes. The shininess comes off of it. Because if you start,
I agree.
The thing is with him is the longer he hangs around coaching or whatever, and just the average person, if they start to go back and just look at his last 5 years at New England after Brady left or whatever, if people start doing their homework, they're going to realize or start, to me, smart people, or start seeing the decline in his coaching. Brady kind of kept him elevated. I'm going to give Brady a little bit of credit. But even with Brady, you'll see after they got those scandals hit and they got fined and lost draft picks, and he wasn't able to utilize filming teams as much, they started to fall off a little bit. And granted, I know people going to say they still made it to Super Bowls and all that kind of stuff, and rightfully so. But also the thing that helped them out is we just never seen a division be pitiful for almost 30 years. Like, you can't name a conference in our history that went 30 years with the other 4 teams on average not winning more than 6 games or 7 games per year. You can't think of it.
Right.
Even when they had 5 teams to the division, you always had at least 2 or 3 teams that would go 8-8 or, have some decent records. So I just think all those things, people are going to start looking and seeing that, what, he was a great coach. He had a good run, but he wasn't as good as probably advertised.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Now, maybe my question of the day should have been, which is the most disappointing, Texas high ranking or Bill Belichick's first year?
I'm gonna go Texas high ranking because you had what was supposed to be a Heisman candidate at quarterback. So it's a double whammy. Not only is the team not as good, the quarterback is looking like hot garbage from week to week. At least
Now,
with Bill Belichick, you could say it's still.
I did see a
Bill,
show.
you could say it's week one. I mean, not season one with him.
Yeah, I did see a show that said that Arch Manning in the Florida game, they summed it up as he's progressing. Is that a fair statement, or are they just gassing him up like they always do?
No, so before the Florida game, I saw a couple of stats where they had Peyton, Eli, and then him, and they kind of were almost identical as far as where they were at, win wise, yards wise, the whole shebang. They were kind of almost identical across the board. So it was almost like they were saying, he's right on pace as his two uncles were. So I look at it like this, HO. I think depending on who's given the take on Arch, is all about whether or not that person wants to be right or wants to admit if they're wrong. So like I thought Arch in Texas was going to be able to air it out and he was going to have some numbers and not succumb to the pressure of having that name on his back. I was wrong, but you're going to have a lot of people who believe what I believe, and they're not going to want to say they were wrong. They're going to come up whatever way to twist this thing to make themselves still look like they were right on him. So
yeah. Coach, what are your thoughts? One of the more disappointing, Texas ranking or Bill Belichick's first year thus far?
You're going to have to go with Texas. Texas, because Belichick had got 70 new players coming in. That was already hard to deal with in college football when you're in such a lofty position. You got 70 new players coming in. This ain't like the pros. You got 70 new players coming to a new system that they got to learn. Now, Belichick, I think he's going to be fine. They just got to get used to what he does, and it's going to have some growing pain like it's doing now. But Texas, Steve Sarkisian, I ain't never liked you anyway. I ain't never liked him anyway as a coach. He was at USC, left. So,
right.
And then he got to Texas, and he has not achieved what they keep claiming he's going to achieve in the SEC. You come to the SEC, they said the cream of the crop, and the cream going to rise to the top. Well, he must have got some half and half or something, because his cream ain't going anywhere, and he'll be lucky to finish in the top 3 in the SEC because he's a clown. Got a nice wife, but we're not gonna talk about that. But anyway,
you ain't lying there. He's on the eyes. Question for you, Coach. Do you believe in Saban's tree?
To a degree. So you got in every tree is some bad branches that break off if you touch them. So, he might be one of the bad branches.
I mean, I'm sitting here trying to think about all his.
Okey-dokey.
I'm trying to think about everybody that's left Saban. I mean, granted, what's the boy at Georgia? What's his name?
Kirby.
But outside of him, who has made it to the promised land off that Saban tree? We talking about Napier. He about to be gone. Your boy at Ole Miss seems to have a ceiling. He's had some good teams, but hasn't been able to get over the hump. Went to USC and then left there because the expectations were too high and had to come back to Mississippi. Who else is there? Cristobal, and he down in Miami. So, and he part of that tree of Saban, HO. So we'll see what he does with Miami. We'll see what he does. He got him at number 2, but can he get over that threshold? I'm not trying to pick apart Saban's tree. I'm just asking, like, yes. It seems to me Saban and Belichick kind of have the same thing. When you start looking at their tree, I don't see a lot of blossoming happening. You know what I mean? From most of those guys that have come from either one of them.
I agree with you there for sure. All right, let's see what's next. Well, I guess we don't need to pay attention to because of the way Texas has played.
Who's the Heisman front runner now, HO?
Well, it had to be the kid from Oregon, right?
I'm saying, like, usually by this time of the year, you got like three or four people, everybody's talking about. I feel like we at almost mid-season, midway through the season, and nobody's standing out as far as, a Heisman front runner.
Yeah, Dante Moore, they got Oregon ranked number 3 in the AP, but in the coach polls, they number 2. So, I mean, maybe they'll push. Maybe that's the only way they can make the out west relevant is to push somebody, because they know when it comes down to playoff, it's probably the champions go come from either the Midwest or the South. So maybe this is the way they can stay relevant on the left side of the coast.
You got to put USC's quarterback Malava in there too as a dark horse.
Yeah, that's true.
Completing over 70% of his passes, averaging over 11 yards a pass and 1 interception, which wasn't his fault, but just 1 interception in all those passes. That's something.
We'll see what kind of game he has against Notre Dame. That'll be the spotlight for him. I think to HO's point, those out west teams are not getting the spotlight because, 1, they kind of out west, but then 2, they got a weird schedule. They flying east playing, Maryland or whatever, teams that even on the East Coast ain't nobody really watching.
Yeah, it's getting painful to see them teams fly from the West Coast all the way here. All right, so here we go. No more undefeated teams in the NFL. Buffalo loses and Philadelphia loses. And
how the Miami Dolphins of 72?
Yeah.
They raise a glass.
So out of the last 2 undefeated teams, Buffalo and Philadelphia, who are you more concerned about moving forward? Because they both lost in ways that they don't look like championship teams, is what I'm saying. So out of the 2, who do you say they gonna have the word? We worried about them. Who would you say out of those 2?
Philadelphia. They about to have a Donovan McVan and Terrell Owens 2.0 with Brown and Hurts.
Coach, you going along with Philly as well?
Yep.
You worried about Buffalo? Now, if Buffalo lose to the Falcons, then I'm gonna have to put my eyebrows up.
I'm sorry. Buffalo is going to be, and it's right there in front of everybody. The Falcons are the number one defense in the NFL right now. But I'm gonna say it right now, and all you Atlanta people, forgive me for saying this. Buffalo is gonna hurt y'all bad. I'm sorry to say it, but Buffalo gonna hurt y'all bad, and they just lost too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got some family members up in the thing. Look at her. What's up, cuz? What's happening? How you doing today? Yes, sir. I appreciate you dropping in. Make sure you stick around. I got a very special conversation we're gonna have with Auntie. So stick around and check this out.
Portia, there's some other people here. Hello.
There you go. Cuz, make sure you say hey to Coach and Ace as well. There you go. Yeah, there you go. All right, so but I got another question for the NFL. Do we need to be concerned about the Ravens and Jim, whatever his first name is, Harbaugh's job?
Harbaugh?
Yeah. Are you more concerned about his job, or is it the end for Kansas City as Asa has been right on board with that? I got to give you props, Asa. Cuz said, he sent me a text. Asa may be right about them Chiefs. So I'm asking, is it the Chiefs' end of the run, or is it Baltimore's end of the run? Which run is coming to an end faster that you can say?
You want this one, Coach, or you won't let me go?
You can go. I already know what I'm gonna say.
I think there's two answers, but the same answer, but it's going to hit differently for both teams. So
okay.
You don't mind the end of a run for Kansas City because they was able to get to the Super Bowls and win multiples and go to 3 in a row. And like I said before, the season started, they're in a division in which every team has made a significant they have made moves and able to get better and beat the Chiefs, right? So
okay.
It's not a surprise to me I won't say falling off, but them struggling this year. In the case of Baltimore, same scenario, same window of time as KC that they've been good, but they haven't punched the ticket, haven't been able to get to the Super Bowl. And you got to still wind, and they run it back, and they run it back, and you run it back, and they don't make too many changes. Not being able to get over the hump, got to pay these guys top dollar, even though they didn't make the Super Bowl. And now you got injuries starting to pile up. So I don't think they make a move off of Harbaugh. If them, I go ahead and let this season play out, and let's go ahead and bottom out and kind of do a quick rebuild over the offseason. Get you a high draft pick. Try to multiply those picks in the draft and see if you can just reboot again for next year. The same thing that San Fran is kind of doing. San Fran's kind of the same scenario. Getting to the Super Bowl, not able to punch that ticket, and then your core guys gotten older, injuries. You got to pay guys leave, and now you got to kind of do a in-season rebuild or a rebuild from 2 seasons in a row. It is. One team won and one team hasn't won. It feel good for Kansas City to say, you know what, we ain't make it. We gonna struggle this year, but we got 3 rings on our fingers.
Yeah, it's good to say. All right, Cole, what you got?
All I can say is this: like them folks say, you better get me now, because later on, I'm gonna remember all this, and I'm coming for you. Lamar Jackson gonna get healthy. The defense gonna get healthy. I hope they don't until after they play Pittsburgh, but we're moving on from that. And Rashee Rice will be back. They already got Worthy, and if you think Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna make a return, and guaranteed that Kansas City could become the most dangerous 7 seed of all time if that's how they get in the playoffs in the wild card. Nobody want to see them. Nobody want to see them.
That. All right, Coach, you got Cuz speaking to you.
How you doing, Miss Phillips?
Absolutely. And other Cuz say hello, everyone.
Hey there, sugar baby.
Coach done dropped the hammer. Coach, you dropped the hammer. Make sure they speak to everybody, huh?
Well, they probably heard about something that the reason they didn't went on is for they probably heard about something. Maybe you've seen it before, and it's maybe made an impression. You see what's flashing at the bottom. If you hear about it, that means you don't have to worry about it. So
there you go.
They're safe.
Good dude.
They're both nice ladies.
All right, preseason has started. Atlanta Hawks had their first preseason game against Houston Rockets. Your thoughts and comments on the first game and what you saw. Coach, I'm gonna start with you with that one.
I think who was that? What's the group with Jordan Michaels? Wham had an old song, "Wake Me Up Before You Go." I don't want to see nothing in preseason. I will not watch a preseason game. The only thing I'm looking at in preseason is how long, not with the Hawks, but how long Aisha Curry and Steph Curry gonna be together. That's the only preseason drama that's going on.
Whoo, boy, Coach, you done hit it. All right, Asa, what you got?
That's I ain't
Coach
gonna lie to you.
He didn't watch the game.
This is gonna be a short segment too. I ain't watched the preseason game yet either, so I ain't got nothing to offer you right now. I didn't catch. I know they lost to Houston. I know they lost, but I didn't catch. I got to go back and watch and watch the game and record it. But I have no comments right now. So, and if I'm not even mistaken, I don't even think none of the main players even played in this preseason game. So
no, Luke Kennard played, and the kid from Minnesota.
That was
he
it.
Had three threes off the bench.
Yeah, so I'll get more in tune as far as when they get closer to starting some of the starting lineups, and and seeing what's going on. But this is about to be the time of the year where, in about 2 weeks, I think every sport will be on. You'll have a football game, your hockey, baseball, college football. Just about everybody will be playing for a couple of weeks coming up here soon. So, soccer too, I think. So, but I can't lie. I didn't catch the Houston Hawks preseason game.
No problem. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and jump into some baller buses and bus stop, since we got a conversation that's coming up that's gonna reign supreme. All right, Asa, you got a response back, or was that you, Coach? I think that was Asa.
That's for Coach. I wasn't out here. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, that's for you, Coach.
No, she's speaking to Tony.
Speaking to Tony.
Yeah, you said, "Hey, sugar babe." I didn't call her sugar babe. That's sugar baby Tooks.
Oh, okay. You were talking to Tooks. Okay.
Crossed him up, got to the paint with the layup, then came back, stole the inbound, and got another layup.
I'm innocent of all charges. All right,
here we go. All right, baller, buses, and bus stop. Let's go ahead and get into it. Baller this week. Go ahead and put your ballers in the chat, and then we can go from there. My baller this week is going to be non-sports related. It's going to be the two ladies that's coming on tonight to talk about their breast cancer walk, and that's going to be Dr. Sprinkles and my auntie and Charlene McLaren. So we're going to give them a baller award for having the guts and the transparency to come on the show. All right, so that's my baller this week. Asa, what you got?
I'm gonna go with a team as the baller. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville Jaguars coming
That's a
down
good
back
one.
from
Yeah.
down
That's a
14
good one.
to beat Kansas City and go to 4-1 and keep pace with the Indianapolis Colts. Lord have mercy. Who's talking? So that's my ball. The team, the ball of the week is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Coles, what you got?
I'm gonna go with Florida. Yeah, it looks like Florida when you put their back up against the wall, that's when they respond and say, "Not so fast, my friend," and they come out playing almost error-free back football and beating teams.
Yeah.
This second time they done beat a team when they've been on the ropes, and they got Texas A&M this week. I'm looking for another upset.
Who was that on your show said the Florida was gonna win? I can't remember who it was. Was it the VP?
No, the president. The president seemed to be getting them right all the time when he picks an upset. He picked several upsets this year, and we never thought they'd come true, and they've been coming true. If he smelled it, he predicted. He said that's gonna be it. I was like, wow.
Okay.
He got it down pat.
So he picked Florida, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember somebody picked Florida for the win, and I was like, I said, okay, well, I'm not sure about that, but maybe because I want Billy Napier to be gone. Maybe that was mine.
he gonna hang around like a mean person, right? They just won't die.
Yeah. Like one of them big old water bugs. No matter how much you spray them,
so
no matter how much you spray them, they still go be doing it. All right, there we go. We got them in the chat. Yeah.
I told you that's who it was.
Yeah. I figured it was. Yeah. All right, so busters this week. My buster goes out to the running back for the Arizona Cardinals. I think we all go get in the car on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second week in a row. I don't understand these football players trying to score a touchdown and they don't score a touchdown. It's like,
Can I give an adjacent buster off that same scenario?
Of course.
The NFL finding the coach for him punching old boy in the shoulder pad. Like, what are you supposed to do as a coach when you got a player making a dumb-headed play like that and possibly costing you a game? And then you're gonna find the head coach. And I mean, I get it. I know everybody gonna say you ain't supposed to.
Why is the NFL in them folk business though?
Yeah, especially if that man ain't said nothing. If he ain't came out and was like, "Yo," I think every player on that team understood why coach did what he did. When you watch it on the 1,000-foot big screen in the stadium, he throwing the ball down before he even he stopped hustling all the way to the end zone. I understand why the league fined the coach, but I don't necessarily agree with it.
I agree with that for sure. Definitely agree with that. So I'm not sure why and that was crazy. All right, so Coach, you got your bus or are you riding in the car?
I'm in the car, but I'm in another seat because I totally disagree. Because that could have gone another way. Certain players, if you had punched him like that could have gone a violent another way and seriously wrong, because that player could have taken serious offense and thrown a punch back. Now you got a different scenario coming up. You ain't got any right to put your hand on a grown man. Now you can fuss at him. I see why you fuss at him because that was a dumb play. But then punching him, no. I can't give you that one, Coach. I can't give you that. Fine, maybe a bit excessive, but I can't give you punching nobody in the chest like that. Now, like I said, if he had punched you back, now you ready to cut him, and all the gentlemen, everybody gonna cut him because he hit the coach. But coach, you can't put your hands on anybody. I am so sorry. That happened here. Like I said, when Mays High School, coach punched the kid in the chest because he was mad at a play he did, and that dude lost his job. And I don't know if he went to jail or not. So no, I can't excuse a coach punching anybody. Can't put your hands on him.
No, I was talking about the Buster Wall for the running back. That was Ace adjacent to that, but I was talking about the running back.
I agree with you, coach, and maybe I haven't seen the angle. The angle that I saw, and I haven't, like I'll be honest, I haven't watched it many times. But I took it as him throwing a shoulder. But if he threw a punch at him, then I totally agree with you. But I thought it was more of
a shoulder bump.
A shoulder bump, yeah. But now if he threw a punch, that's totally different. I agree with you. If you throwing a punch, I might throw a punch back at you too. Whether I'm right or wrong, I agree with you on that one, coach. But I took the angle that I've seen as it being a shoulder bump. So I'm with you though. If he threw a punch, oh yeah, all lines are
going forward, how is he gonna get that team? Is he gonna be able to get that team back? Because shoulder bump, punch, whatever it was, all them players are gonna sit back and be like, what if he do that to me on TV if I make a mistake? See, that's all that's where you get a line to cross.
I've never been a coach before, right? So I hear where you're coming from, but I would think if I'm on that team and I watch a guy do that type of boneheaded mistake, this ain't like he was trying hard and he got hit for a 15-yard, roughing the passer, trying to get the sack and then extended the drive, and then that drive winded up winning the game, right? That's one thing. But to be running 85 yards and you get to the 5-yard line and you just slow down and try to walk in and the guy behind you is still chasing you and he don't even get to the ball, but you drop the ball before you cross the goal line. If I'm the teammate, I'm like, hey man, like I want to see somebody be held accountable immediately, in my opinion. So, but I get it. You might have some guys on both sides. I feel like more players would be probably with the coach as far as the reaction than not with the coach.
Well, I can understand that. I ain't excusing him for fumbling the ball, but that was dumb because I always taught my kids when you run and you got a touchdown going to the end zone, you look to the left, you look to the right. And when you let go of the ball, either you flipping it to the referee or you handing it to the referee. And that's the end of it. So I don't have to worry about anything like that. If you try to run and then trying to stick it out or do something cute like he was trying to do, yeah, that was dumb. That was completely dumb on his part. But like I said, a coach's reaction as a head coach, I mean, they grown. There's nothing wrong with berating him for it and getting in his face. They do that. But making contact, physical contact, I got to draw the line on them. I mean, if you look at it, Asa, and this is no disrespect to you, I punch you.
Hey, Joe. At least I ain't getting shanked like Mark Sanchez. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh no, Lord. Oh Lord.
I'll take the punch. You know what I mean?
He went from B to B. He went from all three. He ran all three of them, from baller to buster to boy stop. I mean, all of them. Like, God dog, Mark. I can't say that. That's why I include you because your story is pathetic. You might not be working with Fox News anymore or Fox Sports. I mean,
it's over. Yeah, that career, that part of the career. Well, right now, I mean, they say he kind of, I won't say fighting for his life, but he gonna have some recovery time, and he ain't gonna be on the air for a good little while.
So Mark Sanchez is where we are with our boy stop then, right? We all get in the car.
Yep.
Good deal. But we got got about 10 more minutes before we jump into our conversation with our two survivors. So I wanted to ask you guys, do any one of you guys have any kind of affiliation with breast cancer? Somebody that you knew, somebody that you supported, somebody that you prayed for, or anything?
Yeah. A real good friend of mine who I've been knowing since when I first moved here in 2000. We worked at the elementary school together, and we became friends, and we been friends forever since I got here. One of my I can talk to about anything, and she can talk to me about anything kind of friend. She recently just overcame breast cancer, and she's a survivor. And I can tell you, it was time I looked at her, and I know she's a tough person, but it kind of got to her, and I can understand why. And I just talked to her about it, and this was just this year, really. She found out she had it, and then she went to the treatment and everything, and now she is 100% recovered, and she's a survivor. And it's like, I'm glad because she has a daughter in school, and I know her daughter would not have been any good without her mama. If something that went seriously wrong, but she's a survivor, and I'm glad. I prayed when we prayed, and everything turned out for the best. So, yeah, I know her, and I got several homegirls who are survivors, and here to tell the story.
Okay. What about you, Ace?
I have a mentor of mine who, when we worked together, she did a lot for me and my family when my brother was going through his trials. And now I have spoken to her recently and on a regular basis, and now she is taking on the responsibility of helping her mother get through her battle with breast cancer. So always able to speak, call, make sure she's doing good, give her encouragement, just because she's having to pour all of her good energy into her mom and situation. Sometimes they need someone to be there to pour into them. So, other than that, I don't have anybody family-wise that have dealt with, as far as the women on my side of the family, that has dealt with cancer, but I've had to just breast cancer, but had to just deal with cancer in general. I've had to see that up close. But to Coach's point, they go through a tiresome regimen to, what they have to go through with treatment and radiation and then all that they go through in order to fight it is draining. So always good to be there to give them that encouragement to make it through.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I've had a couple of friends, my auntie who will be on here in a second here, just to see the whole little deal it's a tough battle. It is a tough battle. So, and speaking of that, I just added another question to the list. And if you guys have any questions to our survivors, go ahead and write them down, man, and so we can really get some education out of this. Dez said you got a question, Dez? What you got, buddy? Oh, while we're waiting on, we got about 10 more minutes before we get this thing started. Let's go ahead and do our question of the day. Dez, give me an answer for your team that you would love to see a documentary on. So who did you have?
So to do a true documentary on a team, just the one team, I want to go with that 89-90 UNLV Running Rebels with the iconic coach, was it Coach? Was it Starkesian? Tarkanian?
Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry. So wouldn't mind seeing them do, because I think the coaches passed away, but the players are still alive. So if I'm not mistaken, Coach Jerry Tarkanian has passed away. But Stacey Augmon and all those guys are still alive, and they were like the prequel to the Fab Five. So be able to go back and see how that. And then I got like a little twist to that. And Coach are probably like this. That 93 UNC championship team. But then if you go the next 5 or 6 years, if all those guys had wound up staying their full 4 years, I think there's a couple of teams North Carolina might have had in which them boys probably would have gone 2 or 3 seasons without losing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a documentary of what could have been with the North Carolina program from like 93 to about 98, 99 or whatever.
Dez pulled one out the hat with the LSU team.
Oh man, Chris, Stanley, and Shaq. Yeah. They call him Chris Jackson. They call him Raouf Mahout.
Chris Jackson at that point. Yeah, Dez. I was gonna go with the Lethal Weapon 3. That was my answer. The Lethal Weapon 3 was definitely my answer. We got all the way down to the Final Four, and hey, you know how that go.
Was Kremen still a coach at that time?
Yeah.
Or was so then they had a Hall of Fame coach too. Yeah, that would be great to see a Hall of Fame coach, under those circumstances in the documentary. He got overlooked in the ACC for all them years because you had Dean Smith and Coach K and old boy at Maryland for a while. You had some big time coaches in the ACC at that time, and people kind of really forgot about Crimmins.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about Crimmins, he did so good. I don't think people realize when he left Georgia Tech and went down to the College of Charleston, the years he was there, he got to the big dance. I want to say just about every year he was a coach at College of Charleston, or at least all of them, maybe except for one. He was winning the Southern Conference Championship every year when he went down there. So he could coach.
Coach, what you got?
I go back to the Wooden years, the Wooden dynasty. John Wooden, and see how he was able to recruit those players and how he either build those players up to win all those games and all those national titles. I go back to that era and see what exactly he did to be able to always get outstanding players and win national championships like that. I go back to that.
Okay. So any year Wooden was there.
Yep.
But it has to be a year where Kareem was there, right? Or Lou Alcindor, or whatever his name was at that time.
Yeah, he was Lou Alcindor back then.
We should do a documentary on all the players that wind up changing their names. So Chris Jackson, Lou Alcindor. It's got to be some more.
Oh, that'll be a good one, Dez. Yes. Hallelujah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. We got the crew in the building, and go ahead and let's go ahead and represent. Put your pink on and let's get it, because we got two ladies right now that's about to jump in. Hold on, let me change something up real quick. I gotta edit me a banner. Well, I guess I don't need to do that. All right, let's get ready to get it because it's time to show down. SRT conversation is about to go down. Yes, sir. Waiting on Miss Dr. Sprinkles to come on up. There she go. There she go. The pink is there. Yes, sir. Look at them ladies wearing that pink. Ladies and gentlemen, before we even get started on this, let me just first say that I'm a witness of God. I'm a witness of what God has to do and what God can do.
Amen.
And when he gave me the ability to reach out to Dr. Sprinkles last year to honor her in her walk with breast cancer awareness, it brought me to a situation where I'm a part of a great community on Monday nights that has been such deep to my heart. And I have been on this, and that started me just imagine last October when we did this breast cancer thing. The very next week, I was invited to a community of spiritual folks that have been keeping me to the pavement and keeping me accountable and giving me an opportunity to do my purpose and live and walk my walk. So I want to thank Dr. Sprinkles for allowing me to do that.
All glory to God. All glory to God. All glory to God.
Yeah. Now this young lady
I'm
to the
glad to
left.
be a vessel.
There you go. I appreciate that. Now this young lady to the left, who by the way has one of the greatest last name of all times. I just have to put that out. So now, Auntie, you got a chance to see your auntie. I mean, your cousin, your nieces and nephews. We came down there and showered you and Aunt with love and all that kind of good stuff. And I said to myself, yes. And we're gonna talk about them Dadda's burgers in 1 second. But as I was leaving, I said, Auntie. Before I leave here, I'm gonna have to get you on my show. I'm gonna have to get you on my show to show that there are some strong women in the world. There are some strong women fighting and some strong women that can get through anything that's put before them. And you said to me, nephew, I'll be glad to do it.
Happy.
And when I got that phone call 2 days ago, I said, here we go. Let me go ahead and put this thing together because I didn't know if I wanted to do it the middle of the month or at the end of the month, but whatever it was supposed to happen tonight.
Yeah.
So I want to introduce to you SRT family, SRT crew. I know I'm the host and I'm supposed to use proper names, but listen, this is my auntie, so I'm going to call her auntie. Miss Charlene McLaren is in the building, ladies. Now, just to let you guys know, Dr. Beth and Charlene do not know each other. But it is on this platform they would get to know each other and they would get to know each other moving forward.
Yes.
How about that?
So we already, so as Pink sisters, we already know each other by the Spirit. Yes.
Okay. Hallelujah.
We already know each other by the Spirit. It's just about becoming familiar in our sisterhood, one with the other, but we're already familiar in the Spirit. Right.
You're right. Well, we got some people in the chat already saying hello to you, ladies. So there you go.
Hi, Carletta.
Yes.
How do I share it on social media? How do I find it? I was trying to find it to share it.
You can go to the SRT page and just hit share, or I can share it from here to your page.
Okay.
I think I can do that.
Because I was trying to find it so I could share it. What's the SRT page?
Okay, I got it right here. I'm finna share it with you. I'm finna share it for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Auntie, I can share it on your page as well, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while I'm doing that, Auntie is a 9-year survivor, and it just slipped my mind. I thought it was a little sooner than that, but she survived for 9 years. And on the right, Dr. Sprinkles is 18 years
All right, doctor.
survived. So with that being said, God gave me the download to say to my auntie, I know it's been I know it's been 9 years, but look what 18 years look like. Look what 18 years look like right now.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, so I had to.
Do I need to get the bell?
Hey.
I do have a bell now. I do have one.
Okay,
Listen,
well, I guess the
every
pink sister
day
have
is a
bells.
good
All right,
day
we
to ring
got
it.
we got more people in there saying hello to y'all.
Hey, family.
Hey, Latoya. Hello, pink sister.
Hey.
Hey, Portia.
Hey, Portia.
Yes, man, this is gonna be very, very special. So Auntie said she been trying to get into this and trying to do this. What better way to get on a sports platform? You can't talk about the 49ers on this platform while we're talking about breast cancer, but
why not?
I'll let you talk about that after we get through to the important stuff. We can talk about that a little later. All right, so what we're gonna do, I had on the sheet that we're gonna have an interview, but I kind of thought about it and I said, you know what, let's just have a conversation. Because I think a conversation is more intimate when you're talking about something that is special to you. So let's just have a conversation. I'm gonna just go throw some questions out and we're gonna have a conversation, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, Auntie, because you are a McLaren and you have 9 years, we're gonna start with you first with the questions. How about that? That'll work?
So I'm only going first because I'm a McLaren. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can't show bias on the show.
Okay.
Look,
No,
I'm good with it. I'm good with it because you may have the name, but we are all family.
We're all
There you
one.
go. All family.
We're all one.
All right, so real quick, just give us a brief synopsis of your story. What happened? When did you get the news? And how did you get through it? Just real, for 2 minutes. Give me a brief quickly on that for me, Auntie, if you can do that for me.
I did start having my mammograms at 40. And when I turned 50, that's when I started having to have the biopsy. So I did biopsy for 5 years. And when I turned 55, when they put the biopsy in, blood went everywhere. And at that point, I already knew that it was breast cancer. No one had to tell me. And the reason it took so long for them to detect it, because it was dead at my chest bone. Wow. So when I got the news, I went to tell my family. I called a family meeting. And me being the practical person that I am, I didn't want everybody sad. So I was like, okay, called everybody here because I won the lottery. I'm going to give you a check. And my husband gave me that look like, quit playing. So I told everyone that I had been diagnosed with cancer. And we went from there. My first appointment with the doctor was January the 2nd. And I decided to go to the cancer center because everything was under one roof.
Okay. Good deal. Now, my follow-up question to that is, Auntie, is what was your initial emotion when they didn't have to tell you, but when you knew? What was your initial thought process and what the first thing did you think when you first got the news and when you knew?
Well, once they injected me and blood went everywhere, and my question was, of course, why me, Lord? I had been through a lot, and of course, my question was to question him because I have enough faith, and I didn't feel like I should have been the one going through it, just to be honest. And of course, I didn't know how my husband would react because we've been married so long. So I'm thinking all different kinds of ways. But once I got home, talked to him, and he let me know that he supported me 100%. And when I lost my hair, he went and had his head shaved also. So it was a situation where we went through it together, along with other family members that had my back.
That McLaren, the men McLaren, boy, I tell you, they something special. I'm gonna just say that. Go ahead, shade his hair off. Okay, All right, let's go back. Let's go to the vet in this scenario here. Dr. Sprinkles,
Yes,
18 years breast cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Many has heard the story, many has not heard the story. So I'm going to ask you, what was your story from the beginning to 18 years? Take me through your emotions from getting it, recovering from it, and now that you are walking 18 years strong.
Well, as I've shared, and I've been breast health conscious since the 11th grade when I had my very first lumpectomy, and it was benign on my right breast. And then I had lumpectomies in 2000, 2002, 2004, and then the cancer was discovered in 2007 on my left breast. And when the doctor said to me, Auntie and I have similar humor, he said, "You have ductal carcinoma in situ." I said, "What is that, and is it on sale?" And my husband at the time, he, nudged me and said, "Get serious." And the doctor said, "You have breast cancer." And immediately I said, "I will live and not die." He said, "You're not going to die, you will live." I said, "Well, I just needed for us to be in agreement, because how can two walk together unless they agree?" Now, when I first had my lumpectomy, I said to God, if I am ever diagnosed with breast cancer, I want to be an ambassador for you. And to that testament, my story literally is for God's glory. During chemo, he took my crown, because a woman's crown is her glory. Her hair is her glory, her crown. He took mine so that I could wear his. And as a result, I never gave fear an opportunity to set in, because I trusted God. I trusted his plan, and he knows what he's doing. And so from that time on, I have just continued to be the conduit so that others can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I know you wicked with them words, so people better get used to that. All right, Auntie, I'm coming back to you.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when was your lowest moment, and how did you get through it?
I don't know if I ever really had a lowest moment. The one I thought would be the hardest was losing my hair, because of the I actually had it grown, and when I started seeing it shed, I was like, "Oh no, no hair." So I called my esthetician, and she told me to come in. And at that time, cousin Rose had moved in to take care of me, so I lost my hair first round of chemo. And when she shaved it off, the diva that I am, like, okay, still look good, so I don't have to worry about that. Hair don't make me. I'm myself, and the Lord covered with that blessing. So I was okay, do me. And I went from there. And when the chemo was the worst part, because I couldn't eat, and I was having chemo every 3 weeks. first 2 weeks, I couldn't eat really. By the time it's time to go back to chemo. And I think in the meantime, feelings with the food, because I ate something once and I said, oh my goodness, this tastes like gasoline. And they were looking at me like, how would she know gasoline? And I'm like, well, I don't know, but just a different taste. And I love sweets. And I was like, oh my goodness. They took the sweet tooth away from me. But with the support, I raised my arms this high, so I had to have someone to bathe me, so dress me. And in order to have that support, it made a big difference. And one of my friends had gone through it. And when I got diagnosed, I went to see her because I'm ready to have a pity party. She'd been through it. So I went to see Sherry and I told her, and we cried a little bit. And then she looked at me. She said, okay, stop the crying. What's our next step? And I'm like, girl, I had a bag of tears ready to pour on you. She said, not today. And it knew, hey, I had enough support and to keep going.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's what's up. That is what is so necessary. My lowest point, believe it or not, was when I could not pull the sheet up under my chin. Because we don't realize how much our core is impacted with everything we do. I couldn't lift my hand for the remote. I couldn't pull the sheet up because all of that strength and energy comes from your core. And with the tram flap, they cut me from one hip to the other. And so I had stitches across and couldn't move. And when I couldn't pull it up, I just got so frustrated because I'd prepared myself for everything with the exception of needing somebody. I had prepared myself emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all of the things except needing someone else. And so that was the lowest moment. And from then, what the Holy Spirit said was, you didn't prepare to need, but there are others that I am blessing to be able to be a blessing to you.
Right.
That's awesome.
Take someone to.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Sprinkles, what was the biggest lesson that you learned through this whole process and being 18 years free? What's the biggest lesson have you learned from this?
The biggest lesson I've learned is that my diagnosis was not for me. My diagnosis was for others.
Right.
As Auntie said, you asked the question, why me? I too asked that same question. And God said, why not you, Beth? I can trust you with this. And now that I'm thinking about it, he could have trusted me with $10 million, but he trusted me with breast cancer. He could trust. I mean, don't hear what I'm not saying, God. I'm just thinking like in the moment, like, bruh, like, but he said, I can trust you with this. And as a result of him trusting me, I'm able to sprinkle pink points to invoke notice to knowledge. I'm able to share my journey. I'm able to encourage. I'm able to just call forth hope, joy, love, and courage into every single breast cancer survivor, thriver that I come in contact with.
That's great.
So the biggest lesson is that it wasn't for me.
Well, I should change that to the greatest lesson, not the biggest lesson, but the greatest lesson.
But I feel in that sense, of course, your question, but I have contact with so many people that I didn't know went through breast cancer because they were ashamed to tell that story. And I never want to be that person. I want to share my story to encourage others. And I had to learn the hard way. Like I said, people will be there for you when the good times are going. But when you're going through something, people would definitely close the door really fast. And then you just Lord and the Holy Spirit and the ones that truly have your back. And I have so many family members, and I have a lot of ministers in my life, and I mess with them so bad, but they've always been there for me. And the Sunday, I had surgery Monday, which was my mother's birthday. And one thing I made sure I said, "Have this woman a birthday present, because when I wake up from this surgery and she didn't get a present, she was gonna have a fit." So I made sure I bought Miss Betty a present before that surgery. But I had ministers come in. I got prayed for a church with 2 ministers and anointed. I had 3 ministers by the house, and my brother drove down from Athens and prayed that Monday morning. And when I got to the cancer center, I had a cousin that came down from Tennessee and prayed with me. So before I went up, I asked God, I said, "You put the number 7 strong men and women of God to cover me." And at that point, completely, because 7 is.
Well, Auntie, if I can interject real quick, just to kind of give you a little clarification, I'm finna use my godly spirit at this moment and let you know that Romans 8:28 is real, and that when I went through my situation, and last year when I came to this, God told me to reach out to Beth. She came on, and we hadn't talked to each other, I know, for 10, 15 plus years, but she came on the show, told her story, and I have gotten with a group now that's on Monday night that allows me to keep God right in front of my face. So when I tell you that everything works for your good, it's working for your good. Because sometimes the people that you want, it may not be their assignment to support you. It leaves room for other people to come in to support you that you didn't know.
Exactly. And I had to learn because you have your back, and God put someone else there instead. So you're absolutely right on that point.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm walking into my spiritual gift right now. So I just wanted to stop and give you that thought.
Okay.
Stir it up. I see you stirring it. I see you stirring it up. I see you stirring it up.
Yes. There you go. Absolutely. We stirring it up. Absolutely. All right. So let's continue on. So I say you had already addressed this, but I'm gonna ask you again, shamed or embarrassed about the diagnosis that you got at any point?
I was shamed at first, but like I said, the support system that I had was amazing. But I had so many funny things that happened to me, and I'm not going to be disrespectful, but we was at a family gathering, and at that time, I was wearing a pad in my bra, and so I was playing with my great nephew, and I bent over, and my pad fell out, and I was standing like, "Charlene, you dropped something." And I'm looking around, I didn't drop anything. And he was embarrassed. And he said, "Charlene, you dropped something." I'm like, "What is he talking about?" And so he looked down. So I looked down, I picked it up. I said, "Oh, Lord, y'all, I lost my titty. I lost my titty." I was blessed not to see this as a problem or hindrance. I'm blessed to encourage others so that they can get through it and not be ashamed of themselves. If you're in a relationship if you're married or whatever, you do not let that person come in, hurt you from taking care of you. Because if they have a problem with you receiving that news, that's their problem. Pack up.
Okay, dope.
I love it.
You got
We
to
all
have
have
Okay.
we all have a funny
Mm-hmm.
story. Mine was about eyebrows, and
Uh-oh.
we were headed out to dinner for the first time since I had had treatment and I was bald. And I'd been practicing putting on my eyebrows and was extremely confident in my achievement. However, when we were getting ready to leave, my oldest son comes in and he was like, Mom, one eyebrow's higher than the other. The devastation. I was like, what do you mean? No, it's not. I've been He said, Mom, it's higher. And when I looked straight on, he was correct. I was completely wiped out, emotional. He said, well, Mom, if you turn your head to the side and look like you're interested, they'll both be on the same level. And so you couldn't do anything but laugh. And so then my youngest son, he was 4 at the time. He says, Mom, come here. And I got down on my knees to him and he just wiped him off. He said, Mom, you can always start over.
right.
And so it was then we all have these funny moments because we know that laughter, joy, humor is good. It's medicine for the soul. So if you can't laugh during this, you get to empower yourself. Find something funny. I tell people all the time, I wear a bra to make you comfortable.
All right.
To make you comfortable. Because my girls are the bomb, the BALM, the bomb in Gilead.
That's right.
So finding the joy, finding the laughter, it adds to the journey.
Yes. And loving yourself.
Yes. That's so important, Auntie. It's so important. So many times people tend to die, hear this, at diagnosis.
That's true.
By hearing you have cancer, they immediately stop living and begin to die at diagnosis. And what I say to them, we're not dying at diagnosis. Die at no, sis. No, sis. It is time to live.
Yes.
It's time to live. He came that we might have life and have it more abundantly.
Yes.
It's time to live.
Gotcha. Auntie, I forgot I can go solo screen, but I like it. I like this screen. I like when we all can see. What was your biggest misconception prior to getting breast cancer? What was your biggest misconception of understanding what it was?
Growing up in the South, you heard so many people give you negative advice when a woman was, oh, she got breast cancer. She won't live much longer. She should have did this. And so, you get a diagnosis, you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But we were so uninformed on certain health issues that put some doubt before you go back and understand the true meaning of what you're going through and get your prayer life together and keep it moving. Because us as the Black women, we don't have the support as some other races because some women are so ashamed and so afraid of admitting what they're going through in reference to health. So that's one of my missions. I really want to put that out there for women to take care of themselves and come together as a group because we need that more than anything.
Yeah, that's so good, Auntie, and it's so correct. The biggest misconception for me was that breast cancer was for older white women.
Exactly.
It was for older white women, and here I am in the 11th grade having my first lumpectomy. So that was completely left field for me. And as you stated, we get to take care of ourselves. You know, Black women, while white women are more likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer, Black women are more likely to die.
Yes.
The mortality rate is 40% higher. And that has to stop. It's 40% higher because when we finally do decide to go to the doctor, we're further along in stage 3 and stage 4.
Right.
And so that's why it's so imperative that every month, the same time, to know your girls. Know your girls.
Right.
When we feel in a certain kind of way about our female friends, you were in my spirit. Let me call. Let me check in. You all right? You okay? You are in communication and relationship with your girls. You should too be in communication and relationship with your girls. Because
Right.
if you don't know what they feel like normally, how will you know when something is wrong?
Right.
And gentlemen, you are not exempt. You
Thank
get to check your chest. You get to check your pecs because men do get breast cancer too. So know your girls, check your chest. Know your
Yeah,
girls, check your chest.
had to wake my
Know
guys
your
up. Had to
girls,
wake my guys up over there.
know your girls, check your chest.
Right. Check. You might be jiggling one minute.
Listen, listen. I can't wait. I can't. You know what? This right here is the dynamic duo.
That's
The
right.
devil is mad because when y'all see us again, mm,
You
can't
better run.
nobody tell us nothing.
And you know,
All right now.
they're going to say, oop, drop the mic.
Listen, and did what the young people say, Auntie,
Well,
clock it, clock it. We're gonna be clocking it, clocking it.
Hey,
Okay, go
when I
ahead.
when these two when these two personalities when I was just envisioning these personalities getting together, I say, boy, this is gonna be all God's work. This is gonna be wonderful. In my due diligence is making sure that I educate everybody who's listening to the show. I interviewed a couple of people in the hospital. And I had a lady to tell me that in April, one year, she went and got scanned. She got her breast scan, didn't see anything. By December, she had a lump. So my question to you ladies, do you trust the scan, or how often do you have to continuously go back to make sure that it didn't pick up, or it picks up what it missed 3 or 4 months ago? How often should you go and get scanned? Dr. Beth, I'll start with you.
Who you start
So
with?
what I think is most important is that consistency is key. Your best breast health is key. Performing your monthly self-examinations at the same time every month. If you are still having your cycle, it should be a week after your menstrual cycle has stopped. If you are not, select a date every month and perform your self-exam. Because again, if you don't know what they feel like normally, how will you know when something is wrong? And starting there with the consistency, monthly should be your self-exam. Your mammograms once a year.
And in my situation, mammogram, I had the biopsy, but mine was so close to my chest. So it took 5 years for it to actually come up. So when they did the biopsy, that is actually showed breast cancer. And my first diagnosis said stage 3. And when I went to a different location, it was stage 2. So, like my friend said, continually to check yourself the same time and keep a paperwork, because like I said, she went 1 month and she didn't get the diagnosis some months later. Could have been it wasn't showing at that time.
Mhm.
And all the time we do the breast exam and we don't feel anything. So that's why the exam is so important, so you can tell from one day to the other if something has changed in your body.
Yes.
And to come to think about it, she did say she found the lump herself in doing her examination.
Wow.
Then she went back and then they found it.
Well, see, like
So
I said, coming up, like I said, I was shocked. They said when I felt something, I was like, now where you come from? So when they told me that it was close to my chest, I was like, okay, you playing dodgeball with me. You here one day, you here the next day. Slow down, girl, and let me know what's going on so we can go ahead and get this taken care of. And so when they
That's right.
I was like, okay, now we know what we're dealing with. Gonna go from there.
All right, so I was very hesitant about asking this question, but I figure we all God's kids, and so we're gonna have to go with the flow. In going through what you've been through, ladies, I'm gonna start with Dr. Beth. She's the veteran in this case. Did it open you? Which, if you had to choose, which would be more accurate? I found out how much God can do for me, or I got closer to God as I went through this situation. Or you can intertwine.
I got
them
closer.
both.
I got closer. I got closer. I got closer to God in this. Reason being, I've known for a long time what He can do. I have history, He has history, so I know what He's capable of doing. This drew me closer to Him, and it increased my faith. And as a result, I really am unstoppable. Everything, my life is by faith, literally and figuratively.
Okay. Super great answer. Auntie, what can you say about that question?
I think mine was a little of both, because I knew of the Lord, and once I diagnosed, only thing I could do is look back to other things that He's brought me through, and I at this point that He was continuing, and my faith totally increased, and I continue to have faith and continue to give my life to the Lord, so that I can continue to help others and to continue to cover myself under the blood.
All right, good deal. Good deal. Auntie, I'm gonna stay right there with you. If you were to give a last word to anybody listening, male, female, about the education of breast cancer, what would you say to them to help them right now, today?
The same things we do. Of course, continue to check yourself, have your yearly exam, but also to love on yourself. And when the diagnosis, don't think everything negative. Things happen to us, as my sister said earlier, for a reason. And of course, we think sometimes it's negative, but it's also here to encourage and help others. And that's my mission. I don't want a woman to go through being afraid to share her story or to also take care of herself and someone else. Because you can be by yourself and your brain get to playing all types of tricks. So that's why you got to have that prayer life and a good support system.
All right, Dr.
Yes,
Beth,
yes, and
Dr.
yes.
Sprinkles, go ahead and give me your educated thoughts on if anybody listening that could use your help in preventing or going through or have been through breast cancer, what would you tell them?
So, if you have never been diagnosed, you get to take care of yourself. You get to eat healthy, you get to exercise, and you get to be stress-free. We know that stress is a contributing factor to breast cancer diagnosis. We know that obesity is a contributing factor. So those things you can control. You can control, as a man will think, woman thinketh, so is he or she. So you can monitor those things. If you are someone that has recently been diagnosed, my invitation for you is, are you going to choose life or death? And when you set mortality before someone, it gives them a wake-up call.
Yes.
Do you want to live or do you want to die? And when I've asked that question, I've never had a response of, I want to die. So it's in that moment that your choice and your decision becomes your way of being. If you are a thriver, like Auntie and myself, we have to maintain being stress-free so that we don't have a reoccurrence. We have to remain prayerful and in God's presence. And as she stated, and I stated both the same, being a testimony, being the light on the hill that cannot easily be hidden for others to see and shine in their darkness. Those are the three things that get to happen. Just like that. If you are diagnosed, fear not, the Lord is with you. Because the word says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Do not be fearful. When you get your diagnosis, you're gaining knowledge. The treatment for breast cancer has increased exponentially since 18 years ago, even since 9 years ago. There are ways of doing it. So fear not. Do not operate in fear. The acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Fear does not exist. Fear is a choice. God did not give us the spirit of fear. So why are we taking it on?
Exactly.
He gave us that of love and a sound mind. So when you operate in love and your sound mind, you know that all things are working together for your good, even this.
Yes.
And lastly, that he knows the thoughts and plans. Breast cancer was never meant to hurt or harm us, but to prosper us and give us hope and a future so that we could be here today. So I trust God's plan. He knows what he's doing.
Yes, I agree.
Auntie, you got a message from your niece / daughter.
What my baby girl say?
Yes, Pi, at the age of 18, the last 2 days of 45. Well, we really as a family to reach out to. Yeah, yes, Pi, that is so good. Yes, 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 and yes.
I can't even see it. So
She said, this is Pi here. This is Pi here. I also had 3 biopsies at the age of 18 years old and the last 2 at the age of 45 years old. We really, as a family, need to reach out to young and older women. God bless you guys for this platform on this topic.
Yes, baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you all can connect with us. I'm sure aunties put it out there. I'll put it out there. You can connect with us. You can connect with
Yeah,
us so that you know that you are supported and you are not alone. We are here with you.
And that's what we need.
exactly. All right,
We have
all right, Coach Asa, do y'all have any questions for the ladies? I know I done kind of emceed this thing all the way out, but I just wanted to make sure that my guys, you have any questions or any comments or anything like that.
You go first, Coach.
Oh yeah. Well, looking at you two ladies, I already know, and as always said, that God gives his biggest battles to his strongest people. And right there, you all are showing that, hey, the battle is won right there because of what you all are going through, have went through, and have survived. You all are there. I mean, how much? What more proof can anybody need other than to see you two? And as I'm friend, it's like there's no way. I understand the highs and the lows, but look at the victory that has come out of this, and look at the education that the other people are getting from this. And we got so many people coming on. And when I found out back in the days that men could get it, I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute, hold it now. Men can get it. So you go get checked out and make sure everything's operating. I can't call my chest my girl, so I don't do that. So
check your chest. Check your chest. You know, so you know how the men say, say it with your chest, say it with your chest. Check your chest. Say it with your chest.
Exactly. and you two ladies have done a service that the way to get to people is to talk to them and let them see somebody who has been through it, not a doctor or somebody who may not have gone through it, but somebody who is a living witness to say, hey, I've been through it. And when I turn 100, I hope to see y'all right there with me at 100 and 95 and everything. We all be down there together. We'll go back and remember, oh yeah. I remember when they talked about breast cancer way back in the days, and they still here. So congratulations, ladies. Good job.
Amen.
Amen.
Asa, you got anything, Asa?
Feel like, ah.
Yeah, I stand behind and second everything Coach said. But I think out of everything you've all said, I think the one thing that stands out to me is the greatest treatment is positivity. And so everything you all have said, the one thing you've kept at the forefront is a positive attitude. And so being able to do that is out of all the steps that you have to go through. If you had the woe is me attitude, you wouldn't have been able to get through it. So you all show that the positive attitude, you're able to succeed and beat this, beat the circumstances that were given to you.
Good job. All right, ladies, I'm gonna invite you later to spend. Go ahead.
Are either Coach or Asa married?
No. No one can put up with me for that long.
Okay, because I was going to ask the question, did you all administer what I shared last year when you're supposed to help to check? So never mind. I'll leave it at that.
So, but I will say, no, listen. No, listen. But I will tell you the conversation we had last year, because I had some things going on with my brother, and the information and the encouragement you gave went a long way in in changing a little bit of my mindset that I had. So again, that's the reason why I said having a positive outlook, regardless of what the circumstances might be, or whether you know the circumstances are going to end in the way that we don't want them to end, but still having that positive outlook through the journey is still better than anything that you can think of. So no, not married, did not have that part, but you did give some other words for me to think about and think about in a different light.
Okay, so, well, check your chest. Say it with your chest.
I do have a question. I do have a question in the chat. Dr. Springs, you want to read that question? I don't think Auntie can see it.
I sure cannot.
Certainly. Is there anything that is not commonly talked about with breast cancer that you ladies can share? Is there anything that is not commonly talked about with breast cancer that you ladies can share? Yes, I can go first. Perimenopausal. So chemo put me into menopause. And so we know that menopause is a very talked about topic these days, hot flashes and all of these things. I've been in menopause for 18 years. And those of you that are just coming into it and you're having your hot flashes and you're going crazy and all of the things, that's one of the things that they don't talk about. The chemo will put you into menopause. So I have been going to Jamaica and Alaska 15 times a day. But I'd rather be hot above ground than cold underground. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the things that we don't really talk about commonly, because it also impacts as it relates to your libido. The chemo impacts you, and you go through a time and space where it's like, okay, now we all grown. Okay, Juicy Lucy, what's going on, Lucy? Juicy, what's happening here? And it's the chemical, and your body is shifting and changing. So you have to come and understand and know what's happening with your body. And that comes, as Auntie said, with caring for yourself, getting one with yourself, stretching, dancing, connecting with your femininity, and bringing that part of it. Because so many times women think, oh, my hair is gone, oh, my breasts are gone, and they feel their femininity is connected to those places, and that's what makes them a woman. That is not true. It just happens to be where the cancer resided. I mean, and I'll just be very candid. At the time I was married, and I had to about beat my husband off of it. And I was, sir, I just had chemo, sir. And so it's just it's all about how you present yourself. If I had presented myself at the time, oh, I'm out chemo. If I was walking around like I'm too sexy for you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing, because I was a bad mamma jamma.
Hey.
But it all has to do with your mindset. Wherever your mindset is, the rest of your body, your spirit will follow. So menopause, and it impacts it because of the estrogen, because my cancer was estrogen positive. So it impacted libido, the estrogen that you have in your body. I mean, she's straight now, though. She's straight now. Yes, so those are two things for me.
All right, Auntie, you want to go ahead and take a stab at that?
Yeah. Mine was the radiation, how it burned my skin. And as you say about, I had to start sleeping in some little girls, because I was told you need to let a little private parts air out. But honey, when I started healing, my husband got a little more frisky, and I had to put on some little panties to cover up. So I said, him, not tonight.
Yeah, sir.
Don't make me go to another bedroom.
Sir. Oh goodness.
That,
All right,
you
with
know,
that being said, I'm glad y'all laugh because we're gonna have a little fun now. I know it's 9 o'clock, but sometimes we go over. And
Yes.
as a speaker, I was taught to sometimes you got to take your audience through a gang of emotions. So we done went through the emotions of lifting everybody up, crying a little bit, and having God in it. But now we're about to have some fun because now it's time for the SRT fun bag. So I'm inviting you ladies to stay around to answer some of these fun bag questions. We got about 6 questions. You got 30 seconds to answer, and they all thought-provoking questions. So some questions that you may not have thought about in some years, but you go think about them today. All right, so this is our fun part of the show. So here we go. The first question is, when you got sick as a kid, who did you trust more to get you back on track? Your mom, your grandmom, your aunt, or other?
Mom.
And everybody in the chat, y'all can go ahead and come in as well. You say mom and mom. Asa, what you got?
Oh, it's mom all the day. If I got sick, my old man was without a bed. He had to go sleep in the twin bed. I was taking over the main bed so my mom would get to me faster.
All right, Coach, what you got, Coach?
Well, I used to share a room with my brother, but when I got sick, it was all my room because I annoyed the mess out of him, so he couldn't stay in there with me. He went and slept on the couch. But my mama would come in there and say, boy, would you stop all that coughing? Or would you take something for this or take something for that? And my mama used to always take care of me.
well, I can say
there
now.
You go. I got mom.
Let me say this: when I'm going through the breast cancer, I had my other mother, Rosa, that had to come and bathe me and everything, and her and Jasmine was so sick of looking at my body. So it was my other mother, Rosa, that came through with the breast cancer.
Nice.
Good deal. All right, my next question is this. Mine was my mom as well, so just in case y'all was looking for my answer. Do you still communicate with your childhood best friend?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, mine owe me money. Yes.
Hey, so what you got?
So it's funny. So childhood best friend, I still communicate with just about a good 40% of the class that I graduated with. Like, it's probably unusual. I know a lot of people say when you graduate, you kind of go your separate ways and it's hard to keep up. But my graduating class, we do a pretty good job in keeping up with one another. So who I grew up with. And then as far as, I guess you could say my adult best friend, or when I moved to Atlanta, who I connected with, those guys, we are still a tight knit group, regardless of how life has changed for us. It's just as far as adult life, people getting married, having children, like, life with life, but we're still a tight group. So I got best of both worlds, childhood and adulthood.
Excellent. The reason I say that, one of my childhood best friend, he's in a facility right now, and every year on his birthday, I go and pick him up. He's in a wheelchair, and I take him out to eat and get him out the facility and things of that nature. He actually called me the other day and wanted to say thanks for being there for me. And he said, man, have lunch on me. And he had the nurse to cash out me some lunch money. And I just thought that was a great deal.
Yeah, that's a good
Wait
one.
a minute, Ho. Was he singing when he said it? The Golden Girls theme. Thank you for being a friend.
Being a friend.
Hey, you know,
Friends,
there you go.
how many of us have
Exactly.
them? Friends,
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
he did that.
ones you can depend on. Let's be friends.
Yes.
Before we go any
All right,
further. Okay.
name one thing. Name one thing you don't like about being in the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Other than being there.
Ooh.
The big food.
Got
They-
bad food. Okay.
They were sneaking me in some little good snacks.
The smells, the different smells.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheila say the food.
I got tired of being so when I had my medical scare. One being in there for so long, but really the thing was, I was in ICU, so them coming every whatever it was, 2 hours or whatever it was, like
Every
on
2 hours.
clockwork.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you know,
Can't get no rest in the hospital now. So you go there to
Correct,
sleep. You
correct.
can't get no rest.
It was funny. So I was in ICU for about 14 days. I didn't get any real rest till they put me down into the regular room. And I feel like I slept probably for like 2 days straight in the regular room. Don't remember people coming in and out once I got to the regular room. But when being in ICU, it was like, yo, can y'all stop coming in here? and the beeping sound and the, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Dad said. Every time you get some good sleep, they coming in on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got tired of hearing my name. You okay, Mr. Brown? I can't go to sleep, yo. Mr. Brown want to go to sleep. Or stay asleep.
I got one that's going to be kind of against the law, but them asking me what my name is every morning that they come in and check. That gets on my nerve. I'm like, my name is on the board. If can you read?
They want you to what's your birthday?
That name
And
is
then you get the ones that that think they slick
they
and want to say
know
something
your
backwards
birthday,
to see if they
your
tested
name,
you.
and what day it is. I'm like, all of that is on the board. Yeah.
And do you know why you're here?
Yeah, H.O.
Yeah. I'm like,
H.O. I remember H.O. and me and that with I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get out of bed to use the bathroom and do anything, so they had to come and wash me, and they got a little too personal.
uh-oh.
Boy. They went to second base, coach. They went to home. They went too far.
No. They circled the bases. I was laying there like, okay, I can't wash my. No, we gotta make sure we get you clean. I'm like, I'll see.
I know Dr. Springer said we all grown, but this is a family show.
Coach said they did an inside the park home run on you, huh? They circled the
Yes, sir.
Now you see why it's called a fun bag, right?
I see.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Okay, I have a keep one, bench one, and cut one.
Uh-oh.
So we go keep. I'm gonna give you three options. You go keep an option, you go bench an option, and you go cut an option. And the name of this option is: where do you prefer to eat? Longhorn, Outback, Texas Roadhouse. I'll let the fellas go first since they understand how to do it. So, Asa, you can go first.
You said Texas Roadhouse, the last one?
Texas Roadhouse, Outback is the second one, and Longhorn is the first. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna give a little secret about me. Longhorns is one of my favorite places, so that's staying on, keeping that
keep
one. That. Outback is okay, every once in a while. That what they call the blooming onions, they might hit the spot, so I'm gonna put them on the bench. The Texas Roadhouse got to go. Give me Give me one of them all you can eat joints before you give me Texas Roadhouse.
All right, Coach, what you got, Coach?
Keeping Longhorn because I like a good steak or something. Benching Texas Roadhouse and Outback. If they close every Outback in the United States, I would be happy.
You see, me and Coach can't never be on the same page. Coach, now why you going?
And we never are going to be on the same page. Do you need? Now you don't need them to see what I got in front of me.
Do not pull out the shank. Do not pull out the shank in front of company.
I told you. You don't listen. I'm trying to help you. It's therapy.
All
right, Dr. Sprinkles, what you got, Dr. Sprinkles?
Keep Longhorn, bench Roadhouse, and cut Outback. And bench Roadhouse because of the biscuits.
Another one, Doctor.
The roll.
Yes.
If
yes.
Come on, Auntie. Come with me. Come be on my side.
Well, I'm highly disappointed that you didn't put papados in there. But anyway, since you're going with the steak,
well, they're not. They're above. They're on another level.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse. What that other thing that they said kick to the curb?
Outback.
Man, I'm on an island by myself, Joe. Don't know.
You be eating an Outback by yourself too.
don't nobody want to go to.
So I have a story about Outback. I was gonna choose Longhorn, but when Longhorn stopped selling the bone-in pork chops, I had to put them on the bench. So Outback still has bone-in pork chops, so I'm keeping Outback, benching Longhorn, and I'm cutting Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah,
all right, H.O. All right, H.O. There you go. You with me? All right. I thought I might have to boycott the show for a week if you wasn't somebody wasn't going to be with me.
No. All right, it look like we lost Dr. Beth, but I think she'll be back.
She froze up for a little bit here.
Oh, we got him in the chat. Oh, she laughing at what we said, I guess. Let's see. Longhorn, keep bench Roadhouse, and cut Outback. Everybody cutting Outback. What's going on?
Everybody cutting Outback. I must have had a bad experience at Outback.
Nobody want a blooming onion.
I remember back in the day, Outback was Outback was up. Outback was that right below what's the seafood place?
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, yeah. It was Red Lobster, and then it was Outback.
Well, you can take
Outback. All right, here we go.
I cut Red Lobster.
20 years later, nobody want to go to Outback.
I know. Here we go with the next question. All right, we're going to fill in the blank. God, I know you answer prayers, but if you can grant me one wish, I wish blank. Go ahead, Ace, so we can start with you at the top. God, I know you answer prayers, but if you grant me one wish, I wish blank.
See my mama one more time before she passed away.
Okay. Auntie, what you got?
You know I want to be with my baby girl, Jazzy.
Yeah, okay. Dr. Sprinkles, you there? Or you froze? Oh, she might be froze. Coach, what
she might got coaches. She might got coaches internet this week. You know, I had to get.
Is this called payback or
I can
something?
cut your internet.
Yeah. We go through it every week, Auntie. We go through it every week.
Go ahead, Coach. What you got? What's your wish for God?
I wish I could walk and run again.
Okay.
Without my friend the walker over here, the cane.
I bet you they take
Dr.
Ronnie.
Oh, there go Dr. Sprinkles. You there? I thought she was there.
Did she come back in?
I think she's still
Yeah, I
staggering.
think she's trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give that little mouse some food. He'll start running on the wheel again.
Okay, there she go. I think she's in the. There she go.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
I must have changed devices, huh? There you go.
All right, so the question was, God, I know you answer prayers, but if I had one wish, I wish blank. And what will your wish be?
Ooh, God, I know you answer prayers. If I had one wish, what's the next part?
I wish blank. You have to fill in the blank.
God, I know if I one wish, I wish blank. Ooh. Has everyone else answered?
Yes.
Oh, what would my wish? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I told you these are thought.
ooh. I will be generically and truthfully topic appropriate, and that would be wish for a cure against breast cancer.
Okay. Now I would say your answer probably big joker in all of our answers, but
yeah, all of our answers were selfish. Our answers were selfish. If not to be selfish, I'll be with you to minimize the sickness in the world. But
yeah,
I'm gonna be selfish. I want to see mommy.
Listen, I like that too.
yeah, he said he wanted to see his mom one more time. So
part of that, I hear that, and I could say that, but then I'd be mad because if he answers the wish of seeing her one more time, you see her once and then she's gone back.
But for me, there were some things I was not able to say to her before she left.
Okay, and so here it is. I don't know. Every time we get on here, it's me and you. Every time we get on here, it's me and you. And
I have that. You know, I bring out the best of people sometimes.
Yeah. And so let's can we dive a little deep? Can we dive?
I'm an open book.
Okay, please. So you said there's some things that you didn't get a chance to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, correct.
What's keeping you from saying them now?
I do say them now, but I want to say them to her in person.
Okay, and so in what you're saying, you said you want to say them to her in person. You say you're saying them to her now. With you having that double-mindedness, tell me where you'll find the peace.
I just told you. I want to say it to her face to face.
Okay. And so in saying it to her face to face, clearly
I want her to know how I felt in the physical form, not just in the spiritual.
Okay. And so until you go to heaven or God brings her back, that won't happen, right?
Correct.
Okay. So then what you are presenting yourself is living in this cycle of unrest. Does that make sense?
I hear where you're coming from, but I didn't push back last time because what you were saying kind of fit. But in this case, I'm not living in a cycle of unrest. I know at some point in time I will be able to have those words with her. But if you're asking me at this very moment, what do I want? Then that's what I want. But I'm not living in any I'm not living in any regret. I'm not living in any where it's detrimental to me. And I believe everything that I do is because of not just my mom, but both my parents, what they've instilled in me. But at the same time, I would want to have that conversation.
Understood.
All right, speaking of that, so now
and I don't want to see no. Don't be charging me no. Be sending me no bill either.
Oh my goodness, Asa! Every year.
All right, here we go. What is that one time God got you out of a situation that made you say, God, you did that? I know it can be several. Give me one. Name that one time that God got you out of a situation that made you say, God, you did that.
When he healed my body from sepsis.
Okay.
I'm also a sepsis survivor. And when your body goes septic, you are not supposed to be alive. And I was septic for 2 days, not knowing what was going on. And he healed my body from sepsis because the toxins had started shutting down all of my organs, and they were coming into the hospital room, poking and prodding. It seemed like every 10 minutes. And then the next day, when everything calmed down, I said to the nurse, I said, what happened yesterday? And she said, well, what do you mean, Miss Sprinkles? I said, what happened yesterday? Nobody would look me in my eyes. And she said, we almost lost you. And I said, lost who? What? She said, we almost lost you because your organs were beginning to shut down.
Okay. Coach, you got one? Asa? Auntie, anybody can go next.
December 25th, 2017.
He did that, huh?
Well, no, I'm saying 2017 because that's when when I mentioned I was in ICU for those 14 days, I had, I experienced that aneurysm.
Coach?
Sitting in a courtroom after doing something stupid, and I ended up getting off and not going to jail. And
did it involve that little silver thing you be waving at me? Did it involve that?
Okay. See, I gotta stop right there. I gotta stop. Cause see, Asa, I had put it down and wasn't even picking it up.
I'm just, 1 + 1 = 2. I'm just as,
Just checking.
Just.
All right, Auntie, what you got?
Okay.
Had to have brain surgery. Had brain surgery. And Greg and Jack come in to see me. I kept repeating myself. So they was thinking that, oh no, but I had arachnoid cyst on the left side of my, and which a portion of it is still covered with fluid. But through God's grace and mercy, I'm still here. I have to see a neurosurgeon every year. But
amen.
That was really scared me and my family. Because Greg looked at me like, okay, what's wrong with her? And my daughter's like, Mama, you said that. And I'm looking like, no, I didn't. But that's I'm thankful for being able to come through that along with my breast cancer.
Absolutely. All right, so the Powerball is tonight. If you win the Powerball, I'm gonna give you 3 scenarios. You just name them in order and how you would do them. Pay off bills, donate, or buy something that you've always wanted. In what order would you do it if you won the Powerball tonight? Pay off bills, donate to a charity, or buy something that you always wanted.
I'm gonna go first then.
All right, Coach. That's our money question, Coach. So you won't have to worry about that. You can just
Thank you.
go ahead, Auntie.
Pay off bills, but also like to spend money on homeless to get a location for people to stay in, because it's hard to see people on the street. So if I could afford that, get an old hotel, fix it up so they will have a location. Now, as far as the other part, the materialistic part, it can be gone today. Because I mean, I have a nice car that don't impress me. I feel like I have a nice house. I just would rather pay off my bills and help somebody else.
Okay.
Okay, so donate, buy something nice, and then pay off bills.
Yes.
So
that's your order?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Donate something nice, pay
All
off
right.
bills. Yep.
All right, Aisha, go ahead.
I kind of like that. I might, let them chase them bills, huh? You know what?
Listen, they've been there. They've been sitting there.
You know what I mean? I like that. Let them chase them bills. You know what?
Let
That's
them
Joe.
be where they at.
That should be the keep one, cut one, bench one. That should be. We benching them bills. But I'm with you. But I plan to be around here for long enough so that them bills will probably still looking at me. So we go ahead and pay them off, get them out the way, donate, and then make a materialistic purchase last. So.
Okay. Coach, what you got?
Who bought the ticket?
You did.
I bought it. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm buying myself everything I want. I don't care about any bills and donate. No, man, please. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna stop.
We got Riley. Hey Joe, we got Riley Freeman on here.
I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna donate to my family and help them out, because I know everybody. If any of them are going through anything, I'm gonna make sure that they're safe, they're okay, and don't have to worry about anything. And materialistic stuff. The one thing I learned about materialistic stuff, and I'm gonna jump back to what the Lord said: you can't take a car in heaven. So he can't go with me. So what do I really need all that for? You can't take it with you. So I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna seriously help people. I'm gonna do something for myself, but it's gonna be something while I'm here. And then I'm gonna make sure that when I leave, my family members will have access, that are alive have access to the money, so they can use it for whatever they want to use it for. I won't be able to tell them nothing. But if I see them trying to use it for something illegal or wrong, then they will hear them strange noise. They're gonna be scared to go to bed. I'm remind them what their money for.
You're scared to go to bed.
Right. That's right. They're gonna lay down. They're gonna wake up and gonna see something shiny.
What is that, Coach?
Hey, I used to have spelling words on the fun bag, but I had to move from the spelling to the geographic, so the maps.
Okay.
So the last question of the night is: no Googling, without using Google. What is the capital of Kentucky?
Frankfurt.
Bam.
Oh, look at Coach. Coach, you good at maps and you good at spelling, huh?
I don't know.
I don't need
Coach said it's Frankfurt.
It's Franklin or Frankfurt or whatever, yeah.
Frankfurt, yes.
You go, Coach.
Yep. Yeah, I love.
Coach, go ahead and brag about how you was go ahead and brag about your 6th grade spelling bee champion. And how you was good in the maps and the junior graphic.
All the way to the state champion spelling, but this little waterhead boy beat me in championship because they gave him an easy word, but no comment. We're gonna leave that alone.
So he was a waterhead boy, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Now.
Well, I'm
gonna try to be nice.
I'm gonna chime in on this question about money. I read this little skit where the man told his wife, "When I die, I want you to bury my money with me. Bury all my money with me." So she did. She wrote him a check and told me cash it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I heard that. Yeah.
Listen, I gotta remember that one.
That was good. That was good.
Cash the check, you could get it all.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, that was funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. We have reached the end of Sports Roundtable and SRT with the crew, and we had SRT conversation with Dr. Sprinkles and Auntie Charlene McLaren. So, man, we really appreciate everybody who tuned in, who joined us tonight, man. It was a very educational, sports educational, entertaining, and a lot of laughter in this show tonight, and I really appreciate it. Shout out to you two ladies for joining us. Shout out to Asa and Coach for continuing to support the crew as Hancock continues to work late and work overtime. Thanks to everybody who tuned in, all the new people, all the people who joined in and listened to the conversation. We hope that the education was very, very helpful and impactful to your life. Trust me, SRT will be in the community. We're going to continue to do this again and again and again. And if anybody want to do a part 2, just let me know and we'll try to figure it out. We can just do a part 2 as well. So
yeah, because it's still early. It's still early in October.
Yeah, it is. Still early. You're right. You're right about that.
We got to October the 30th.
All right, so all right, Auntie, go ahead. Give me your shout outs for before we get out of here.
Oh man, there's no telling how many family members logged in. I sent this text to everybody. So any of my members and friends that's on here, thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting my nephew and smooches. I love you guys.
Ooh! Auntie said
smooches. All right, Dr. Sprinkles, go ahead. What you got?
So Auntie don't even realize. So my best friend and I, we are smooches and sprinkles.
Okay.
so we connected. Listen, that part right there. I want to give a shout out to every single extraordinary person that is watching. Don't forget who you are. Keep shining, keep soaring. Greatness is in you because the greater I am is in you.
There you go. All right, hey, so what you got? Give me a shout out, bro.
Hey, shout out to you, SRT crew. Shout out to the two lovely young ladies who came out here to tell us about their journey and give positive energy, not just for them, but to everybody that was listening. One time, the coach. Check me out every Monday, 7 to 9. Myself, Don the DNA. Go to DNA Sports Talk on all social media. You'll find the link. Appreciate you.
All right, Coach, what you got?
And shout out to the SRT crew, everybody who's here and who's not here. Shout out to our survivors who have fought the war and they won. Shout out to those people who are still going through it. It's not over yet. You're gonna come out of it clean. Shout out to my boys, Red and Rev on the Red and Rev Sports Show on Saturdays from 10:30 until they punch the clock. Shout out Asa. You said one time for me. I guess I don't get that much, but that's okay. I got a shout for you. No problem. Me and my friend shout for you. No.
I'm glad your screen. I'm glad your screen froze up on you, so I can't see you with that shake.
Okay, there you go.
Love you, Coach.
Lord. Okay, it ain't froze now. Okay. Yes, sir. I love you too, Asa Brown.
Hey, Coach, I would implore you to reach out to Dr. Sprinkles and Auntie Charlene to come on Saturday morning and see if they can spread some love to some of the listeners you got on the show.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll talk with my Rev, and we can see if we can make that happen. Have a segment for them. So I'll make sure we work that out.
I mean, the love is spread. I mean, listen, like I always say, you got to be more than a sports show.
That's right.
Yes, sir. So we'll do some dialogue and back and forth, and we'll see if we can make it happen. That'll be a good segment for Saturday. Well, everybody be free.
Good deal. Yeah, just let me know, and we can do some reaching out and all that. So, yes, sir. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna get a lady. The last words for the night. Auntie, we'll start with you. What's the last words for the night? Moving into for the rest of the week, what you got to say? Give me some encouragement.
The encouragement is continue to make sure you're covered. Make sure your family and friends are covered. Continue to cover them, because if they're not covered, they're lost by the wayside. So continue to keep people lifted up and positive. And in reference to breast cancer, we did this.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Awesome. Dr. Sprinkles, you got the last word for the night.
Last word, stay in the now. Stay in the now, because that's the only time that we have. It's the present. The past is behind us. The future has not yet gotten here. Stay in the now, because it's now faith. That's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Stay in the now. No matter what's going on, stay in the now. And when you turn that now around, what do you get?
One.
What? You already won. So stay in the now. Flip whatever's going on. Stay in the now. Flip it, because you have already won. Victory is yours. And know your girls. Check your piss. Know your girls. Check your test. Know your girls. Check your test.
There it is. All right, with that being said, this your main man H.O. from Bankhead. R.I.P. Moms and Pops. R.I.P. BC. This is Sports Roundtable signing off for Asa, Coach, Hancock, D-Will, everybody who support, everybody who listen. Thanks for Auntie. Thanks for Dr. Sprinkles. This is SRT. We'll holler at y'all next week. We out. Peace.
Deuces.
Sprinkles.